Good morning. Going to try and do a Cornish scene, and I might use a knife as well, but I want to brush in a horizon. Now, for horizons to show, you either need to be dark or light to counterchange against a light or dark sky. But what we don't want is a solid line. Bring the sky into the sea and the sea into the sky. The same with all of it really, lost and found. So I'll mix up a bit of grey, a bit of black and a bit of blue. And then we'll see which way we're going to go with it. Bit of rocky stuff in it as well. Okay, and we'll put a bit of a little beach. A good colour for beaches is burnt umber, which I'm going to just squeeze out a little bit of. Right, I'm still using the Wilkinson's £1.50 200ml tubes of paint. Very good stuff. Limited range, but buy them while you can, while they're that cheap. So a bit of yellow ochre, a bit of that burnt umber, and plenty of white. Now, the Cornish coast, North Cornish coast, is very cliffy. Loads of big cliffs, deep water here and there, wonderful sandy bays. It's going to be quite rough. I like doing rough. Right, okay, now I've primed this with a bit of burnt sienna. It's on Saunders £200 rough, or not so rough now. We'll put a sky in now, or shall we? No, let's put in some rocks. I won't use these brushes exclusively. We'll put a distant headland in. Bit of alizarin in it. So let's just go here. And a warmer as we come round. This is just a basic laying in of colour. Put a bit of that in there, a bit of sandy. Okay, now we'll put in some rocks. Black, burnt umber, bit of red. Okay, well that's rough as I can get it. I'm not one for detail, I'm one for rather leaving the detail up. Now I might change all these colours, but let's put a bit of a cheery blue sky in, because you can get rough seas with blue. I'm not using any medium, I'm just going straight in with the colour. I can use plenty of white because I've got another big pot coming in the post, and I'm using for my white, it's this artist quality. Still got plenty in this one, but I don't want to run out, and having a lot of it means you're quite generous with the paint. Don't stint, it's not that expensive. Galleria Winsor & Newton It's a good white, good mixer. Put a bit of alizarin in with that mix now, I think. I haven't got much of a margin top and bottom because I've got this blue mount that I cut, and it's just going to clip. Just a little bit of colour to the white clouds. We don't want white clouds, we want slightly tinted clouds. Okay, let's have a bit of shadow in it now. So I've decided on the colour for the sea. Maybe we'll put a light horizon. As long as it shows. Does that show? Sort of. Right, let's come away from that now. Let that dry off a little bit because I think I can still get a nice light horizon above that light sea there. But put in some shadows in the sea, blue and white, but just slightly darker. A bit too blue, too grey. Okay, let's go back with the, I need some red, and my red has got a bit dry, so I'm just going to change that. I'm only using a limited palette of, well here we are, there it is. I haven't used hardly any of the colours. So there's mid yellow, cadmium yellow, yellow ochre, alizarin crimson, light red, no, cadmium red, ultramarine, some burnt sienna, which I used as the underpainting, burnt umber black, and a couple of greens, viridian and sap green. Just a shortcut to greens. Okay, let's get in. Well, let's use a knife now. Let's just put in that background white, blue. Oh, I was going to do me red. It's falling on the floor. Well, Wilco's red, clad red. These are very old Chinese bristle brushes. I've had them years, and they're wearing out now, and they're getting quite really good. Oh, I was going to get a knife. Right, okay. Now we'll put a little bit darker. And the piece of paper for using a knife, keep things clean. Right, we'll put a bit of a sandy. I'll go over that with some waves, but I just wanted a bit of sand to show there. And let's get that grey off. Get the black out of that grey now. I want purer colours. And if it doesn't look right, just scrape it off. Go back again and another bit. Remember that the clouds go off the picture as well. Right, a little bit of grey now. Grey, red and blue with a load of white. Just give the under clouds a bit of shadow underneath. I seem to be repeating myself, above so below, but we can alter that. I've put too much black in that in the sea there really, and I want it to more reflect the sky. Okay. Right, get some nice grey in here now. Okay, that's coming on. More paper. Let's move my camera so I can see what I'm doing. Right, let's get into this nice get some red in there, some alizarin, some yellow, some ochre. Don't mix your paints to a flat grey. Keep plenty of colour on your knife if you're going to do a knife. So you get a variety, and then we'll lighten that up a bit. We can put a bit of black and red, or some harder I'll put some that I've repeated. That was a bit bad for me there. That's you need steady hands for this. Oops, need white. Right, let's put some sand in. Sand, that's a lovely burnt umber. Right, now I'm going to put in a bit of greeny for these rocks. More of those. Just mixing red, blue, black, yellow. Put these little rock pools in. Oh, that wasn't justified, was it? I'm really making this up, and if it looks right, then you can more or less say that you're on the right track. It's a case of creating a sort of an abstract impression. I want some light there, because that's I'll try to give an approximation of seaweed, or weed on the top of these rocks. So I'm going to put some nice shadow, very unsubtle, bit of blue. Put a bit of blue in here and there. Right, now we'll put in some and we'll have darker blue underneath here. Right, we'll put in some light sky reflections now. on the beach. I don't know if they were. Right, we'll put some highlight in this dark. Right, let's get in here. Just getting some light. Sort of create the colours in Cornish rocks. They're sort of alizarin, all the lovely pigmentations of the minerals in the rocks. I've got to separate that dark bit there, so I've put a bit of dark shadow behind there. I'm going to put a bit of green back, a bit of light green back in there. Okay, so I'm going to put some ochre in for the sand in the rocks in here. And put a bit of dark. No, not black, not black, not black. It's a bit of burnt umber, I think, to go along here. And a slightly darker bluey bit. That's not dark enough. Right, well, okay, so there's an acrylic knife painting. I'll put it in a mount and we'll have a look at it. So I'll just clean my hands. Look, messy old business painting, isn't it? Put that there. Okay, put that there. I'll put a bit down here. Well, there we are, an interesting melange of colour and textures. Let's zoom into that. Have a look, see what we've done. Okay, so there's my background cliffs going off towards, shall we say, Carlin Bay, Constantine Bay, looking north or looking up from Newquay, along the coast from Newquay. I don't like that. There, is it there? This bit coming down. Yeah, I don't like that. So I'm just going to put a bit of slightly off white there. That's better, I think. Yeah, it's just crashing into that little bay round there. Okay, so there's lots of shapes there. It's quite a small picture, so I don't want to put reflections in. It's just not too. There would be a reflection on these rock pools, but maybe if I can just highlight them, highlight the. Right, that'll do. Okay, well I hope you enjoyed that. Have a go at these sort of things. They're great fun to do. And don't aim for perfection. Because if you try to do too much and you're not competent, and I'm not a great artist by any means, it looks stilted, stagey, amateurish. It's better to leave out rather than put in. And as I always say, less can be more. Not always, but anyway, we've got a North Cornish coastal abstract sort of scene. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Goodbye.